Across the world, classrooms are getting quieter. Not because students stopped talking, but because teachers stopped showing up every year. More educators are walking away from the profession they once called a calling. Veteran teachers are resigning mid-year. New teachers are quitting before they finish their first contract. Some never make it past the first month. Schools blame burnout. Governments blame funding. The public shrugs and moves on, but those explanations barely scratch the surface, because if you actually listen to teachers, really listen, a very different story emerges, one that almost no institution wants to say out loud. Teaching was once seen as stable, respected, and meaningful work. It wasn't glamorous, but it mattered. Teachers shaped minds, guided futures, and held communities together. Today, that image is collapsing. Record numbers of teachers are quitting, and replacing them is becoming nearly impossible. Job postings go unanswered. Emergency certifications rise. Class sizes grow, and yet, the conversation stays shallow. People say teachers are tired, or that kids are harder to manage, or that pay isn't competitive. All of that is true, but none of it explains why so. Many teachers are leaving now. The real reasons are deeper, systemic, and uncomfortable. And until they're acknowledged, the exodus won't stop. 1. Teaching has quietly become an impossible job. Teaching today is no longer one job. It's several teachers are expected to be educators, counselors, behavior managers, social workers, technology troubleshooters, and surrogate parents. They're responsible not only for academic performance, but also for students' emotional health, safety, and well-being. At the same time, expectations keep rising, while authority keeps shrinking. Teachers are held accountable for outcomes they can't control, while being stripped of the tools needed to enforce structure and discipline. When everything goes wrong, the responsibility lands on one person in the room, the teacher. Over time, that pressure doesn't just exhaust it, erodes purpose. 2. Discipline disappeared. But responsibility didn't. Tone of the biggest unspoken reasons teachers are quitting is classroom behavior. In many schools, discipline policies have shifted dramatically. Suspensions are discouraged. Consequences are minimized. Teachers are told to manage behavior through relationships, even when students are openly disruptive or aggressive. This leaves teachers trapped. They're expected to maintain order without authority, to keep learning on track while chaos unfolds. And when lessons fail, teachers, not policies, blamed. Managing 30 students is hard enough. Managing 30 students without meaningful support is unsustainable. Many teachers don't leave because they dislike teaching. They leave because they can't teach it all anymore. 3. Parents became clients, not partners. Another major shift happened quietly. The teacher-parent relationship changed. In the past, teachers and parents were allies. Today, teachers are increasingly treated like service providers, and parents like customers. Grades are challenged. Assignments are disputed. Discipline decisions are questioned. Teachers are expected to justify every choice, respond to emails at all hours, and absorb frustration that has nothing to do with education itself. Instead of trust, there is suspicion. Instead of support, there is scrutiny. For many teachers, this constant conflict drains emotional energy faster than the classroom ever could. 4. Pay is only part of the problem. Respect is the bigger one. Low pay matters, but disrespect hurts more. Many teachers didn't enter the profession expecting to get rich. They accepted modest salaries in exchange for stability, purpose, and social respect. That trade no longer exists. Teachers are publicly criticized, politically attacked, and blamed for systemic failures far beyond their control. Their expertise is questioned. Their motives are doubted. Their workload is dismissed as easy or part-time. When a profession loses both financial security and respect, loyalty disappears. People don't quit jobs. They quit environments where they feel invisible. 5. Testing, data, and bureaucracy are crushing the classroom. Teaching used to revolve around students. Now it revolves around data. Standardized testing, performance metrics, and endless documentation dominate the school year. Teachers spend hours proving they are teaching instead of actually teaching. Lesson plans must match frameworks. Assessments must align with benchmarks. Every interaction must be logged, tracked, and justified. This turns education into paperwork and drains creativity from the profession. Many teachers describe feeling like data entry clerks, trapped in a classroom. And once teaching loses joy, it loses its soul. 6. Technology increased workload. Instead of reducing it, technology was supposed to make teaching easier. Instead, it made the job follow teachers home. Emails never stop. Learning platforms require constant updates. Parents expect instant replies. Administrators track everything digitally. There is no off switch. Even weekends and evenings become extensions of the classroom. What looks like flexibility is actually permanent availability. It accelerates burnout faster than any lesson plan ever could. 7. New teachers are thrown into the deep end. Perhaps the most alarming trend is how fast new teachers are leaving. Many quit within the first 3 years. Some don't make it past the first semester. They enter classrooms underprepared, under-mentored, and overwhelmed. Veteran support systems are weak or non-existent. Expectations are high, but guidance is minimal. When new teachers struggle, the system doesn't slow down, it replaces them. This constant turnover creates instability that pushes even more teachers out. 8. Teaching is no longer sustainable. Long-term teaching was. Once a career you could grow old in, now it's something people survive for a few years. The workload is relentless. The emotional labor is heavy. The recovery time is non-existent. Burnout isn't an exception, it's the default outcome. And when survival becomes the goal, instead of growth, quitting becomes rational. Teachers aren't quitting because they stopped caring. They're quitting because caring costs too much. The system asks for endless sacrifice without protection, authority, or respect. It praises teachers publicly while exhausting them privately. It demands results while removing support, and until society admits that this crisis isn't about individual weakness, but structural failure, nothing will change. Classrooms will keep emptying, experience will keep leaving, and students will pay the price. The real question isn't why teachers are quitting, it's why we're still pretending not to know.